Hi, my name is Ronnie and I'm 41. Back when I was in my 20s and in my teenage years, I got picked on, bullied, and everything else because of my handicap. Never about being gay. But now I hear something that's really touched my heart about teenage suicide. Wow, I never thought it was this bad. How teenagers kill themselves because they're bullied and everything else of being gay. Can you believe that? I can't. I mean, it really tears me apart to hear that a teenage boy or girl is killing themselves because some asshole has to be a bully and everything else. I mean, I'm totally blown away. You know, you are loved. Everybody loves you. And it's okay to be gay. I mean, I'm 41 and I survived. And trust me, I got picked on and everything else about my handicap, called crippled, called every name in the book. I was even called faggot before I even know I was a fag, okay? And, well, to start out with, when I was 15 years old, I experienced my first male sexual thing. And I turned around and I kind of liked it, but I didn't understand it. I was very confused. But I never thought of suicide. Suicide never crossed my mind. But then when I turned 29 years old, an ex-old friend of ours told my dad, and I thought, oh God, here we go, I'm going to be dead. But honestly, my dad took it very well. The only thing he ever told me, and the words mark in my head, I came home and he says, I gotta talk to you. And I says, it's about my lifestyle. He says, yeah. I said, yeah. He said, asked me, he says, are you really gay? I said, yeah, I'm gay. I mean, I said, well, you don't like my lifestyle? And he says, no. But he says, you better be fucking safe. And I kind of looked at him kind of like this, like, what? What do you mean? He says, let me tell you something right now, son. He says, I love you to death. I don't like your lifestyle. But he says, you better wear a condom. If you're going to have sex, you better have a condom. Do you know how to put one on? I said, yeah, I know how to put one on. And that's because thanks to Jerry and James, old friends of mine, that showed me how to do it. But ever since then, my dad has marked them words in my head, and I've lived by them. Now, getting back to the suicide. You know, it's okay to be gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay. I mean, you're gay, it doesn't matter at all. I mean, if you get picked on, bullied, and everything else, tell somebody. I mean, don't be scared. People are not on this earth to impress you. You're on this earth to impress yourself. You have to be yourself before, you know, I'm a little nervous, so please forgive me, but it tears my heart out just to see how much and the percentage of suicide, teen suicide rate. It kills me. You know, it's okay to be gay. There's no reason, you know, the only reason why then people are picking on you is because either one, they're jealous because you're fabulous, or two, they're hiding their own sexuality. You know, being gay is fabulous. Totally fabulous. Now, yes, you have four years of high school. Well, just wait. I mean, it does get better. It gets a lot better. Look at me. I mean, I'm 41 years old. I've got a partner here for 10 years and everything else. It gets awesome. I love it. Since I got out of high school, I'm so glad that my life is a lot better. Teenagers, boy, girl, whatever you want to be. You want to suck dick or you want to do the other. That's up to you. What you do with your life is your business. You can make it either a thing of thorns or a thing of roses. And trust me, I live my life to the fullest. There are 3 things that I live by. Live, laugh, and love. Them are the 3 things that you need to remember. It gets better. You want to say something?
Well, you know, the one thing RuPaul always says, you can't love yourself. You can't love someone else if you can't love yourself. You know, I grew up in an era when homosexuality and lesbianism was not spoke of. I grew up in an era, because I'm 49 years old, I grew up in the 60s, when it was flower power, you know, boys were boys, girls were girls. I grew up in a home where I had a father that was in the military. You know, you were clean cut, you were wholesome, you were a boy, you were considered a man, a woman was a woman, you know, and homosexuality wasn't spoke about then. And you didn't dare speak about it because someone would find a way to either ridicule you or beat you. And all my life I grew up having to live for society, live for what people wanted me to live for. Living for, you know, who I had to choose to be, which was not me. You know, it's okay to be gay. It's okay to be who you are, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, lesbian, gay, straight, you know, country, city. It's okay to be who you are. You know, we weren't put on this earth to be judged or to be ridiculed. You know, I mean, I was a teenager back in the 70s. Yeah, I always had the thoughts of doing it with a guy, but at my age and time, you didn't express that. And if you did, you expected to get beat up in an alleyway or behind the school. And like my husband said earlier, you know, it's either because the person is jealous because you're who you are and you're proud of who you are, or they just cannot accept their own sexuality. And I don't care what people say. I don't care what people believe. And I'm not bringing up religion. To me, religion's a farce, and I'm sorry if this offends anyone in national TV world or blog world, wherever. But it was around in the time of the Bible. So these preachers who are up there speaking about sin need to back up and park the car in their garage and figure out where it's at. Because it's happened in time. You know, I grew up, when I became in my teens and 20s, yeah, I dated women. I dated girls in high school. I was married twice. You know, I had wives. But I did it because it was the right thing for society to believe for us to do. It wasn't what made me happy. I did it to keep my parents happy, my friends, and my family. Till later on in life, when I got in my mid-teens and early 20s, and realized, hey, if you're going to be plastic, you might as well be an American Express credit card.
Charge it.
Because people will respect you more for being you and being who you are than something you're not.
Honestly, there was a 66-year-old woman that told me the biggest words ever. She said, honey, she says, quit fooling yourself. Be yourself. And I didn't understand that at first. And I looked at her kind of funny, and she kept repeating herself, be yourself. Quit fooling yourself. Be yourself. Okay. Now I realize, when I gotten a little older, I realized what she meant. Be myself. Be me. If I'm gay, fine. If I'm lesbian, fine. If I'm transgender,